Hello and welcome along to Diecast Restos. I'm Jason and this week I'm tackling the Matchbox Superfast BMC 1800 Pininfarina. The number 56C model was one of the 1969 launch castings for the brand new Superfast line, designed to compete with Hot Wheels. This example with its broken rear window is one of many sent to me over the years by long-time channel Patreon member Tony. Cheers Tony for your many years of loyalty and generosity. The model is based on a car that sadly never came to fruition. Its origins lie in the BMC AD017, the model code used by the British Motor Corporation's larger family cars. These were sold under the Austin, Morris and Wolseley marks from 1964. The AD017 offered good interior space and was praised for its handling, but in the looks department it left a lot to be desired. Its awkward shape earned it the nickname the Landcrab. Pininfarina had previously produced designs for BMC with the smaller AD016, Austin A40 hatchback, Austin Cambridge and Morris Oxford reaching production. Pininfarina did contribute to the AD017's rear wing styling in 1964, the same year that a designer called Leonardo Fioravanti joined the organisation. Until this point, Pininfarina's involvement had been promoted in BMC's press releases, but with the AD016 and 17 projects, it was obvious that Pininfarina's design freedom was being restricted. Pininfarina decided to end the 10-year relationship between them and BMC, but not before Fioravanti could secure an AD017 floor pan and running gear. He intended to design the car the Italians always thought AD017 should have been. BMC engineer Aleka Sigonis knew what the Italians were up to, but did nothing to encourage nor dissuade them. In July 1967, a full-sized wooden model of what was dubbed the Aerodynamica 1800 had been built, and the Austin 1800 chassis arrived in Turin on the 10th of August. Pininfarina's aim was to display the car at the Turin Motor Show, due to open on the 1st of November. The car was completed in this short turnaround, incorporating all of Pininfarina's knowledge of aerodynamics without the use of a wind tunnel. What's more is the body was built entirely by hand in order to meet the deadline. The car was unlike anything seen before. Its contemporaries were all generally typical 3-box designs, like the Ford Cortina or Hillman Hunter. Its sleek coupe-like design with 4 conventional doors was totally outlandish. Everything was designed to enhance the aerodynamics, like the lack of a grille. Cooling was provided by 2 large louvres under the front bumper. The lighting was concealed beneath a perspex cover, separated in the middle by a large rubber nose for the purposes of active and passive safety. Printed onto the front were 3 important letters though: BMC. BMC director George Harriman dismissed the exercise, but Sigonis was excited. Fioravanti reported on his creation directly to BMC on the 1st of December. He reported the car to be 100 to 130 kilos overweight due to its handmade nature. This weight would be saved if the car were to reach volume production. The Aerodynamica had a drag coefficient of 0.35 compared to the 0.45 of the production 1800, while in testing the car reached 103.6 miles per hour, 10 more than the production car could achieve. Sadly though, with their 1800 having launched just 3 years earlier and talks of a merger with Leyland surfacing, BMC were in no position to fully invest in the project. However, Sigonis remained keen, even if for a car on a smaller platform, in the event that Leyland management were more welcoming of the idea. He arranged for an 1100 from Innocenti be sent to Pininfarina, built on the same AD016 platform. This project appeared almost identical to the 1800, but by this time it was too late. The Leyland merger was ratified on the 17th of January 1968. bosses had no interest in either Pininfarina study. In 1970, Citroën introduced their GS. Its proportions and dimensions almost exactly mirror the 1100 design. The GS's design was considered ahead of its time. What could have been for BMC and British Leyland? Fioravanti went on to design several iconic Ferraris while at Pininfarina, including the Dino, Daytona, 308, 512BB, 288 GTO and Testarossa, among others. He would later set up a design studio in Italy in his own name. While the 1100 concept now lives in Turin at the Pininfarina Museum, the whereabouts of the 1800 are not known. All we have to remember it by is this model, which arrived in the Superfast series when the prospect of a real aerodynamica was truly dead in the water. The model was widely produced in gold clear coat over silver primer. It was recoloured a pale pink, which could vary in shade, and a very rare run had a fluorescent pink painted body. For its final 2 years of production, it was painted orange, again in varying shades. After this change came its only body modification. Its wheel arches were enlarged in order to accept wider wheels that didn't rub against the body. It received a series of racing stickers in some multi-pack releases, but it was replaced in the Superfast series in 1974 by the 56D Hightailer. Here is how Tony's donated Matchbox BMC 1800 Pininfarina looked. Its biggest issue was its broken window. The paintwork was untidy, but it wasn't totally offensive otherwise. I've really just used it as a vehicle, no pun intended, to tell the interesting what could have been story of this car. And that in itself made this model worthy of a refresh. So let's see how it turned out. I went along the route of giving it a gold undercoat, then went over it in a yellow clear coat to match the rich golden colour of the original model. It wasn't without its challenges though, as the clear coat really didn't agree with the Tamiya metallic gold. It worked far better with the regular Tamiya gold. The base has polished up beautifully, the rear bumper glowing nicely, but nowhere near as dramatically as the headlights. They are beaming. It's been a good, satisfying build, especially being able to relay the story of the Pininfarina aerodynamica and the company's relationship with BMC. Let me know if you enjoyed the tale telling by leaving a like and commenting your thoughts below. If you're not already, make sure that you get yourself subscribed to the channel. But all that leaves me to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.